Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? I know I'm a minute late because I've said it in Kara's live. I don't know. Someone's got my brain. I just don't know who has it and when they're going to give it back because not only is my brain disappeared out my head, but my computer is not doing what it's supposed to. But I'm so excited because for those that do not know, this is our final night for Draw Spangler as far as grand prize. So we're going to be giving away prizes for week 4 towards the end and for the grand prizes. And I'm so excited. But I do want to say hello to everybody before I bring Randall on. So someone got into the chat before Lee. Hello, Michelle. I know. I can't wait to see it. And there might be something else. Who knows? And so Lee, as always, thank you. He takes out the trash, recycles, puts out a variety of finger foods and snacks, places soft drinks and various waters on the tables, puts out some white, dark, and milk chocolate fountains, pretzels, marshmallows, and fruits for everyone. Welcome to Mystery of Diamonds. Help yourself. Come on in, grab a snack, and hit the like button on the way to your seat. And there are specialty trays just for the draglings of cookies and cupcakes. So thank you, Lee, for always setting that out. I don't know that we could do what we could without our Lee. He makes us all feel so welcome. So thank you, Lee. Big heart. Jenna, hello. How are you doing? I know. I always hate when the end of this thing is of any Spangler event because, well, I just like watching Spangler create. I do. That's why he's my favorite artist, y'all. I love those little dragons. I swear if I could just have them in real life, next they would be my buddies. I just know it. They'd be my buddies. Hello, Cheryl. Hey, Shells. Hey, Judy. Hey, Janice. I know this. Oh, this is the first time you found this. Well, good news is that the next one will be in July, so we don't have to wait too long. Oh, excuse me. So that is wonderful. Hello, Susan from Surprise, Arizona State. I would love to live in a place that says Surprise, because I feel like it would be a really cool place. Hello, there's Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa. Hello, Bernice. How are you from Western New York? Hello, Cheryl. Hey, Matt. Hello. Let's see. Oh, it's nice there in Missouri. It's not raining anymore, but we had rain all day today. I actually had to go through a puddle, and y'all, I was so scared because I have one of them low cars because, look, I'm a short person, okay? I'm a little shorty, and so I have a car that's low to the ground, and I had to get into my school, and it had rained a lot, so there was a big old puddle, and I got scared because all the water was overcoming my car. I was scared I was going to be stuck there. Granted, it means I'd be stuck at school, but I made it through, so that was good. Hello, Brenda. Hey, Aaron. Hello, Diamond Dumpling. Hello, Robin Smith. Hey, Auntie Dawn. Hey, Tammy girl. Hey, Cat Hair and Chaos and Joan. Whoop, I lost something. Hello, Risa. Hello, Colleen. Let's see. Hello, Kim got a new groove. Hello, Gritchfield. I know, grand finale time. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Joanne. Let's see. Hello, Wendy. I've had a decent day. I mean, the kids didn't. It's Monday. Kids don't ever want to learn anything. I got asked, can't we just have a free day? They ask that every day, though. I don't know why they think that a free day is ever going to happen, but they do. It's wishful thinking. Hello, Donna. Hello, Molly girl. Hello, Sherilyn and Lauren. Hello, Diamonds Around the World. Hey, Marion. Hello, Cheryl. And Jen and Ket and Pamela and Roxanne and GMR. Okay, so I've hit the bottom. If there's anybody that comes in after this, I will say hello to them as well. But we want to see what Randall's got for us. Now the giveaways will be towards the end, so I might need someone to keep me on track because usually. Even though I'm watching Randall, the problem is I'm watching here on my phone and my chat is on my computer right here, which luckily I remembered I could pull the table up to me. But, I get so invested in watching what he's doing that I kind of forget what time it is. And so I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to give out the prizes. So I would say when there's about 10 minutes left, if y'all could help me out. Hello, John. Okay, so who y'all are all waiting for? Randall. Oh, like I said, I think maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes before we end, I think would be good. Hello, Sarah Ann Creations. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. Mr. Giggles Robert is in the chat. Mwah, thank you, Mr. Giggles. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring on Randall. And then nope, that's the wrong button, Brandy. Do not do that button. I'm telling you, I can't figure out buttons anymore.
Hello, everybody.
And I'm gonna change the layout to just Randall, y'all.
Okay.
I'm still here. But
here we go. Week number 5 we've been here. I can't believe this is the end of it. But if you remember back at the beginning, I just started this drawing and I said I had to have it done by the end of the month, which basically I did. I have sent it off to DAC. So they will start doing their magic, which is quite a process for them to scan it in and then have kits produced and stuff. So just watch for that. I'm not sure how many months it takes them to do that, but the new piece I'll be showing you here in just a moment will be coming out soon. And I will also be making prints of it myself. That'll be available on my website. My prints are matted, unmatted, matted, or framed, and I will put it on my Facebook page and on there shortly. Probably, I would say, what are we, Monday of this week, hopefully here, and by the end of the week, I'll have it on there. And usually, as usual, I like to, the books, Dragleen's Bedtime Story, first book I did, full of my artwork, all kinds of things, even pieces you haven't seen before. That's Dagmar's new pet.
Oh, wait, there's a pet in it?
There's a pet.
I didn't look at it that closely. I need to look at it.
He's trying to feed the goldfish a little bit of a chocolate chip cookie through the side of the bowl. More pieces that have been made into Diamond Art Club paintings on the alphabet book. The D is for Dragleens, and the counting with the Dragleens. These numbers and such have been all grouped together, and they are also a piece, diamond art piece from DAC. And the books are all available on my website, randallspangler.com, and a link to the 2 coloring books. Still working on number 3. It'll be down the road a ways. I'll let you know. And these are available on Amazon, but the link, easiest way is to go to my website, and the link is there to get those. So.
And then you also have a link to something else too, right?
Yes, I do. And that would be Redbubble gifts. All kinds of things are available on there with a huge variety of images available. Clocks, shower curtains, I think socks, shirts. I can't even think of all of them. I need to put the list in front of me because there's so much stuff available on there. Fun things, and they do a really nice job of reproducing the images. So tonight, the grand prize, someone will end up with this tonight. This is an original drawing, all ready to be shipped out.
Y'all, that is the big one. That is the biggie.
That's the grand prize tonight. So here is the piece I've been working on, and I have it all drawn in. You can see I even got the Dalmatian up here, fire truck. And the one thing you may notice is missing, I don't have words or letters in here yet. I didn't put them in yet. That's what I'm going to work on tonight. I'm going to work on the word ambulance, on the ambulance. The Diamond Art Club, they kind of have an issue with getting words in, especially when I do words, because I do words in weird angles and shapes and all. And by the time they pixelate it into diamonds, sometimes you can't read the words. And when they're very small, there's just not much they can do with them. So I sent them this piece without the words on it. As I put words on it, I will be sending it again in case they want to use that version of it. But I do have someone that is going to purchase the original painting, a long time customer. And he was a fireman. His dad was a fireman. His son, I believe, is a paramedic. I hope I got all that correct. So anyway, and he has he's had the Dragleens since I think about 1980. And when he saw this, he said, I got to have it. So what I'm going to do for him, and I have not told him this, I don't know if he watches this or not, but I want to personalize the emblems on the fire trucks like it's Kansas City. So it'd be like KCFD instead of OFD for Omlandia. So I want to do some personalization on here for him because he's going to own the original. And that'll be just on the original. And then the prints will have the other insignias, Omlandia. So you might wonder how I'm going to go about doing different things on there. And that is where my little iPad comes in.
Everybody's saying that they absolutely love it.
It's very, very colorful. So what I'm going to be doing on my iPad, I've taken a picture, I photographed that and put it on this Procreate on my iPad here. And I can go in here and draw on letters where I can personalize it. This is where I will put the like the OFD and such, which will be on my print, and I will send it to Diamond Art Club like that also. And then on the actual original, I will personalize it for the person buying the original. So it's kind of complicated, but it's amazing that Procreate allows you to do that. And so that way each thing can be personalized for me, for Diamond Art Club, and for the person buying the original.
Yeah, because like when you did Cuddle Time on one of our events, it was actually a customization for somebody else, and there was a Barbie in it.
Yes,
but for the one that CAC got, Barbie was replaced with a tin soldier.
Yes, exactly.
And so you probably used that to do that.
Yes, I did replace that because I didn't want to impose on Barbie's trademarks. So my prints do not have Barbie. The original, though, the lady that owns the original is the only one that has Barbie on the piece.
But we're lucky because we got an opportunity to see it in its original form.
Yes. And hello to her if she's watching. I believe it's Netherlands. So it would be sometime in the middle of the night. So I don't know if she's watching or not. But hello if you are. So as I was telling Brandy, just as I was putting my camera on my flexible arm so I can move it around and twist it around, it broke. So I fortunately had a tripod here with a phone holder on the top of it, and I set that up real quick, and I'm going to see if I can twist it around and make it focus on this piece I'm working on. So this is not going to take too long here if I would get started on it. I am going to also, in just a little bit, start something brand new. And I know you probably can't see much here of it, but I'm going to start a new drawing tonight.
I have a quick question for you from somebody.
Yes.
Sherry wants to know, Bubbles Crafty Corner, she wants to know, when it comes to cracking, how do you stop it from happening?
Cracking?
Like, do you ever have, because I know, is it only acrylics that crack on images?
If you put paint on thick enough and kind of a hard, if it's not a flexible paint, yes, there probably could crack. I've never run into cracking with this. And this board, if you're familiar with mat board, is about the thickness of mat board. I'm not sure the exact measurement, but see, it's quite flexible. And on a really humid day, it'll even flex more than that because it's very absorbent moisture in the air. But never ever have had anything crack. I just don't have the paint and on there thick enough. And most of it's colored pencil and watercolor, so they wouldn't crack. And where I have done little bits of acrylic, it's just not thick enough that I've ever had an issue with cracking.
So you're only probably going to get that if you've got like where it's more of a thicker layer of acrylic, probably.
That's a possibility. Yes. I've not run into it, so I don't know. It could be just the materials I'm using. That's why it hasn't happened. So I had mentioned one of the next things I want to do. This is going to be a Thanksgiving piece. So I was talking to Diamond Art Club about something. They're going, do you have anything for Thanksgiving? And someone, Carrie, made a suggestion of the draglings, and a cornucopia. And I thought, well, that's clever because I think about Thanksgiving and I've done, the turkey for Thanksgiving, which is another diamond art painting. And I just couldn't come up with a really good idea. And when she said that, I just imagined it in my mind because my draglings love food so much. Uh, and so basically, it's a little difficult to see here. I don't know if you can see how my lighting on this is just not very good here. It's drawn very lightly. But anyway, I've got my cornucopia is going to be, and I draw it very loosely to begin with, wrapping all the way around here. It'll be kind of a wicker type piece. And the opening of it here, lots of fruits and vegetables just pouring out. So it's going to be lots of colors, and of course, chocolate chip cookies. They got to be added to the cornucopia. And then the draglings. See, I've gotten one here. I'm just starting to draw in. And, I think maybe he needs a little pilgrim hat on. I think that would be kind of neat. And then this will be Dewey here, and Dagmar will be setting here. You can kind of generally see where she's going to be. And I'll have to look and see what kind of little hats. I know the women had some type of head cover in that time period. I'll have to look that up to make sure I get it accurate. So that piece, I'm going to get started on tonight. So you can actually see how I structure the dragons and block them out and start to draw in the details on them.
Okay. So guys, how cool is that not only did we get to see what the image that he's been working on all event, but we even get a little sneak into another one he's starting. People are saying, oh yes, a Thanksgiving piece, please. Hopefully a little smaller than turkey for Thanksgiving, but that one is kind of a large one.
yeah. I don't know how they determine what size other than the details. So you can see weird things going on here. I've got my flex arm light here, and then I have a tripod now. I used to have a flex arm. I could just bend the phone around. And so this thing, I am going to turn this around so you can see what I'm working on. Front camera to back camera, but just hang on for a moment because this is going to take some twisting and turning and
some finagling. We're going for the ride, y'all.
I might do it.
Oh, look at there.
We're getting down there.
Yeah.
Yes. Who knows? This might even be better than what I had before. I don't know. Now I'll try not to knock the tripod off of my drawing table here. If the camera seems to all of a sudden fly across the room, that's what happened. So, okay. So I guess you can see that.
We can see, we can see up to part of him. Okay. We can see the ambulance, and that's about as far as we can see.
I kind of have the horizontal thing here. I wonder, if I would have had more than 2 minutes, I would have experimented with this thing and seen what it can do. I'm going to raise the camera.
Oh, look at it. We're starting to see more
in the image. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to write the word ambulance across here, and try to find the correct pencil here that might work doing it. Let's see. Here we go. Nice a dark gray, almost a lead pencil color. On some ambulances across the front, they'll have it reversed so people can read it in their rearview mirrors if their ambulance is coming up behind them. I'm going to put it forwards because if I do that, the AMB is going to be kind of behind the dragling's head, and and then ULA and CE is going to be out here, which is and backwards. I just felt like that was a little strange. So I'm going to first what I need to do, actually, let me show you what I do. Oh, some little scrap piece of paper. So I need to see approximately how wide the front end of the ambulance is. And then I want to see, I just kind of lightly write out the word, and I might even want to spread it out more. Get rid of that one. This way I kind of know how to space it on here, because I don't
Oh,
want the whole word way over here at one side. I want it to look like it's across the whole front of the ambulance, even though some of the letters will go behind the dragon. And I need to make sure that I am not misspelling the word.
see, that would be me. That would be
Right.
me misspelling stuff.
You're supposed to be doing spell check on this. So that is what I'm doing. I think I'm going to use a regular pencil. What I like to do is just very, very lightly draw in guidelines for letters. That way I can get them fairly straight going across here. And I can just, I don't doubt if you can see them, but I can just barely see them. And since the hood kind of tilts back, I'm going to draw the letters kind of like this. But you can kind of see why, with small letters like this and at this weird angle, when you pixelate it with diamonds, it's just going to come out as gibberish, I think.
Yeah, that's the only problem with letters and diamond painting. Depending on the size of the painting, sometimes it's
Yes,
the
yes,
letters become blurs.
yes, yes.
But we've got some people that are in this chat. Let me tell you right now, I've been watching these progress pictures, and like some people have, especially when they were working on some of your ones that allow you to customize, where you have the little
Oh,
ribbons.
yes. Oh, my gosh.
And I am
I've seen
telling you
some of
right now, some of these people could do a master class on how to be able to put lettering in those spots. I've seen people with names and birth dates, and I'm just like, y'all are just, whoo,
I
amazing.
agree. I have seen some of those, and it's really impressive what they're doing. Okay.
Roxanne, I'm going through a little bit of withdrawal too. Roxanne says, anybody else going through Monday night with Brandel and Brandy withdrawal yet? So sad it's over already.
Yeah.
But at least we don't have a ton of time to wait before the next one.
Right.
July. With my bestie.
So I'll give you progress reports. I had mentioned before that Elizabeth, my little kitty, my little girl kitty, I've got a little boy.
Yes.
I say little, she's about 14, went through a radioactive iodine treatment for her thyroid last week. And she went through it absolutely fine. She absolutely hated having to be in kind of isolation for 3 days. And now she's home. They said, do not pick her up and pet her. Do not let her sleep in the bed, and be real careful with the litter box and things like that. But so she's not understanding why she's not getting all of the attention that she wants. She
She's
just
like, this
looking
is
at,
not normal.
no, she just doesn't understand it. But, she does have radioactivity going on with her, but that is the treatment for that. So, okay, here you can see the word going in here, and it would actually go all the way over to here, which evens it out pretty well across the hood.
Now, how long does she have to be non-touchable?
Another week.
Another week.
A week from today, we'll be able to pick her up, and then she'll get more attention than she can stand.
Because at first she's probably going to be like, now you want to pay attention to me.
Exactly. I agree. And she's so funny because anyone that has a cat knows how they love to come up and rub against your legs. And so every time she tries, I step aside and move around. She chases me around the house. And she's trying to, as I'm going across the room, she's trying to anticipate where I'm going across the room, and she'll run under the furniture to get in front of me, and I turn around and go the other way. And we're having a lot of fun with it, but she's not enjoying it.
Oh, God bless her little heart. She's just like, I
Yeah.
don't understand.
I know she doesn't. I know.
But she's going to be getting so much love, it's not even going to be funny.
Yeah. So, okay, so there we go. We are getting the word in there. And so my guidelines have helped me keep it nice and straight across there. And I might actually go in with a little bit of, that was kind of a dark gray to draw it in. I might do a little bit of black, kind of down at the bottom because as the hood turns, there's kind of a highlight on the rounded edge there, just a little bit. And therefore the letters would be a little bit darker at the bottom. So put a little bit down there. So these are the type of things that would not be conveyed well as diamonds, but everything else will be, the characters and all the colors. I'm anxious to see a diamond painting with the sky. I think that's going to be amazing to be able to see that color.
I mean, just the full amount of color that you have on that. I mean, the sky, just everything. It's going to be so much fun. And, who knows? Y'all might see it before you think about it.
Yeah, I have no idea. They don't tell me their schedule at all.
No, but we know that we're going to be looking forward to it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that sky is one of my favorite things. But then, of course, you put purple in it, and purple is one of my favorite colors. So.
Yeah. And we have, after asking multiple people about titles, Diamond Art Club, once I sent it to them, they said, "What's the title?" I said, "I don't know." What's the title? So hello to Leslie and Emily, and I hope Emily is feeling better. She's not been feeling well lately.
Oh, no.
But Leslie gave me a list of ideas she had for titles, and Carrie gave me a list of titles that she had, and my favorite title and their favorite titles were First Responder Heroes is going to be the
I like that. First Responder Heroes.
Yes. So, okay. So, like I said, I have gone over this whole thing, and you see where I did get it. Man, it's hard to turn around. The only problem with this tripod is that you have the legs of it to deal with here. But you can
because I was going to see if we could see the little puppy up close.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get it over to where I can do that. I'm going to bring it back down a little bit. See, I can't. I'm going to have to turn it around this way to get it actually close. But there's a Dalmatian here, sitting in the truck, in the fire.
There he is.
Yes.
Look at him. Oh my gosh.
So, like I say, I'm going to put. I think I'm going to put OFD, Omlandia Fire Department, on here. Except I'm going to do that on the iPad version of it. Therefore, it will be on my prints if you order it on my website. But I'm not going to put it on the original. So I'm going to stop on that because I believe the piece is basically finished. Which that's one of the fastest pieces I have done in a long time. I'm so slow about some things. So now we get to move on to the new piece, and you actually see the beginning of a drawing. I need to get this crazy black streak going across the screen out of the way here. And again, this piece is a little wider than the last one. So it's a little harder to, let's see.
Look at them right there. I can see one of the draglings.
Yes. Here's the one right here. So here's how I began these pieces. Like I say, very generally block it out. I did circle for the opening of the cornucopia, and then I wanted to swirl around behind here and kind of off in the distance. And it will be kind of a when I've looked up photos of them and stuff, most all of them are kind of a wicker like material. So they will have that texture to them all the way around. This front edge will kind of have a wicker rounded edge, kind of like that. And so this would be Dewey here. And I'd like to start basically, I just start with circles. His stomach would be here, legs, I have round areas for the legs. The face, let me jump over here to Dagmar because I don't have her very well drawn in. So I start with the face. I just start kind of with boxes here. This is kind of the end of the nose. And then the jawline here kind of goes back a little bit. And then another circle back here is kind of the cheek. And then I put the two little nostrils up on top. and a mouth there. And then take it up here for an eye here, and another eye over here. And I always adjust these things a bit as I'm working on them. And you see, I've got all kinds of little scribbly lines in there, but that's the way I like to draw. I like a lot of lines because somewhere in there is the right one. And
Like it's in there somewhere, and you just
it is. And
and
then
then
the
you find it. You
ears
find it.
go up here, the little thing on the top of their head. And then this one comes over here. I think I'll have her ear over here just kind of hanging down a little bit. And then, of course, they're probably eyeing the, well, now let's see. How would I want to do it? I'm not sure. I think she could be really focusing on those chocolate chip cookies. So you can kind of see, here's the eye, here's where she's looking. You kind of, I don't know if you can see. Is that dark enough that you can see what I'm doing there?
Yeah, I can see you like going in there for like the curves of the eyes.
Okay. I'm not sure. I don't use a very dark pencil, and I don't bear down real hard when I draw, because if I ever want to erase anything, I don't want to be making dents in the paper and try to erase that. That doesn't work well. So I do these fine little lines all the way around and here. And then, let's see. So here's the back of her head. I'll bring down the back here. And she's kind of setting down with her stomach, right? Her little tummy right around here. It's a natural shape of a dragling. They're not really overweight or anything. They just have a natural big round tummy.
They just got a cute little lovable tummy.
Yeah, that sounds good. So anyway, these would be the legs with the little knees. Would be kind of back in there. And then her arms could be here. And actually she could have a cookie sitting right here on her tummy. Yes.
Grinchville had a question for you.
Yes.
She said, do you think you'll ever do the Macy's parade one that she suggested last year, or would Macy's like have an issue with that?
Well, I don't think they would have an issue with it. I wouldn't have to make it specifically. I guess I probably could put the word Macy's in there. I'm not sure. But
I think like if you just do
I
the
don't know.
floats and the little draglings
Yes.
like on the tethers.
I do remember that. And that would be a neat piece. What and sometimes it kind of comes down to lots of ideas. Which idea do I choose? And these two ideas in particular have been things that, Diamond Art Club has we've kind of discussed it with them, and they really were looking for kind of a first responder piece, and now they're looking for a Thanksgiving piece, and they're kind of lining up ideas for me here. Then they said, "Oh, do you have anything for Christmas?" So
Christmas.
got to get Thanksgiving, and I actually have an idea for Christmas, but I've not done no sketching at all on it, but I do kind of have an idea for Christmas. So you can see how they kind of line up these pieces I need to get done. But I would have to be a little careful for things like that. If Diamond Art Club was going to produce a piece, I couldn't put like name brands or logos or things in it. If they reproduce it, I'd have to maybe take those parts out, kind of the way I'm doing with the fire department,
Yeah, Roxine, the Halloween one, he already has one started. That would be a great one for Halloween.
Well, yes, they talked about a Halloween also. And I said, I've got one that's, it's still sitting here about half done. And they said, okay, you've got a little time on that one. So anyway.
Oh, Kara, that would be so cute. Kara says Nutcracker draglings would be so adorable.
Which you had a cutout there just for a second.
Kara said nutcracker draglings would be so
nutcracker
adorable.
kind of like the nutcrackers for Christmas.
Yes.
What would a nutcracker dragling look like?
Oh
That would
my
be
goodness.
that would be an interesting thought.
Because the little mouth would just have to, it would have to be like one that obviously is modeled after one of the draglings, but instead of cracking nuts, it's going to be they crack cookies.
There you go. See? Yeah, there's all kinds of great ideas. Like some of the ideas for the first responder piece were wonderful. I still never forget the idea of having the little emergency thing with the glass over it, with the cookie in it. And you'll break glass in case of emergency. If you got to have a cookie, break the glass. I love that idea. That would need to be a piece of art that would be much more of a close-up thing, like the dragling right there and the thing there. When you do a piece as that covers as big of an area as the first responder, something like that would have to be, well, kind of like these cookies, very small thing. And I think it would lose its impact because you wouldn't
Right.
be able to get all the right words in there, in case of emergency and stuff, which needs to be on the front of it. So that's why some of those ideas, even though they're very good ideas, I didn't put them into that piece. Okay, so you can kind of see where the other this will be Dagmar down here, and kind of see where that's going to be. Now, other than that, there's going to be lots of fruit and vegetables, and I'm just going to generally draw in. I like to just draw in circles. I mean, I don't know if this might be an apple. Apples are good in the fall. I want oranges, grapes, just kind of fruit all around. Pumpkins. Needs to be a pumpkin back in here.
Like a little pumpkin. Yeah, they got those.
Yeah, probably a smaller pumpkin. Yeah, I don't want to dominate the picture. But some gourds and just squash and all kinds of great fall vegetables and stuff. They're going to be all over. And then possibly vines, leaves, kind of, I'm not sure what shape of leaves. I always like kind of the shape of grape leaves or something, kind of winding around and coming into the picture from the edges and stuff to kind of give it a little character, and possibly some vines going over the cornucopia also. And things coming in from I don't know if you can see all these edges where I'm doodling over here. Probably not.
Well, we could see when you were doing the leaves and putting that little this little embarrassed hints right there. We could kind of see that.
Okay.
Robin suggests a few fall flowers or leaves maybe on the outside.
Yes. That'll be kind of around the edges. The one time I did not bring a bottle of water down here to drink on, just in case I need it.
Oh no!
I've never needed it, and when I do not have it, it's kind of like, oh.
It's the one time that you need it is when you don't have it.
It's kind of the way it works sometimes, yes. So, and then back in here, there will be other fruits and vegetables and things kind of behind him. And some of the way.
Uh-oh. I'm not sure what happened. Can you guys still hear me? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, he's back.
Okay,
he's back.
There you are.
Okay.
Oh, I'm back. Okay. Phone call
You're
came
back.
in. Phone call came in, and it was not from someone that's watching this. So they did not know. Okay, can I turn this guy? Is it everything upside down, or is it just me?
No, they're upside down.
Okay. I'll just turn it around like that.
I'm telling y'all guys, sometimes y'all don't realize the technology stuff on lives. Like we try to make it easy, but it's not always easy.
Okay.
There they are.
What happened is, let me see if I can find my volume. Yes, I agree. I think I clamped down on my.
Oh, Roxanne suggested maybe a little mouse sneaking a grape or a cookie crumb.
Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. I agree. Now, see, I love that idea. I actually like, and I've done it just a few times over the years, put a little mouse peeking around somewhere in my pictures. And this would just be an ideal piece to put a little mouse in, because as you can, well, boy, it's so hard to show this whole thing. I get frustrated with my situation here with my camera.
That was good. I know you can't draw on it like that, but if you wanted to show us where.
Move stuff around more.
Oh, there you go.
See if I can put the camera up just a little more. Tripod is quite different than a flexible arm.
Oh, I agree.
Through things. Okay. Anyway, so draglines, fruits and vegetables all around here. A little mouse right in here would be, I'm just generally drawing a little pointed head and some little round ears. And when I draw my mice, the bodies are very similar to my dragling's body. My mice have little round tummies too, and little round legs, but he can be in there too.
That would be so cute. Little mouse right there.
It would be. See, I love it when people suggest ideas. Sometimes it just fits the artwork perfectly. So, okay.
Thank you, Lauren. So we're getting closer to the 15-minute mark. So I figure at about 8:50 is when we'll start doing the drawings.
Okay.
And someone's already trying to suggest a 4th of July idea. Marching up a hill by a big oak tree, waving flags, beating a snare drum, twirling a baton with fireworks in the sky.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, they didn't mention 4th of July. So I'm going to stick with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas at the moment. But next year.
There you go. I'm just so excited. This looks so cute.
Yeah, it's and I've wanted to do another Thanksgiving piece, but I just never thought of an idea. And Carrie was actually the person that suggested cornucopia. And when she said cornucopia, all of a sudden I just had a picture in my head of the draglines. Anything with the draglines and food just seems to work. So anyway, the other thing that happens when I'm doing a drawing, I like to draw. I get a big piece of paper. I do not draw edges where the picture is going to begin and end. I just start drawing in the middle and see where it develops to. And as you can see here, I have tighter space at the very bottom. I've kind of got the draggings right down here, even though I don't really need any more space out front here. So this will probably be the bottom edge. But the top of the paper up here, and I don't know if you can see all the top edge up there or not, but I've got a lot of space up here above the cornucopia. And I will
now
put
we can see it.
I'll put leaves in, but I will probably bring the actual top edge of the picture of the finished artwork down, say a couple inches from the top of the paper. And same with the sides. I'm not quite sure where they're going to end. I like to just generally draw in lines, but those they move as I'm working on it.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, because then it gives you freedom to, if you want to, add something or whatever you can without being restricted, that you've already set a boundary.
And I had the same issue with the first responder piece. You can see my edges are very wavy. I will crop it in to where we've got a nice even line, and just those outside little ragged edges will be cropped off. But I originally had thought of bringing the sides of this in a little closer than I did, but I had enough paper and I just spread it out a little more. And, so it gives me the freedom to kind of adapt the composition and the design of the piece to whatever seems to work. So
it works for us, because you always give us such amazing stuff. Sherilyn, he's still that one's off to the side. He hasn't finished it yet, but it's off to the side.
Which one's that?
The Halloween piece that someone asked, where how is it going?
Yes, I will show you as I get back to working on it, which will be a ways down the road.
Yeah.
But I do that. I actually have various originals. I've always kind of worked that way, unfinished. I can see right now some unfinished pieces sitting in the other side of the room that will probably never be finished. Some pieces I get to a point and I'm just not happy with it. I just set them aside instead of fighting them. The Halloween piece, I absolutely love the way it's coming out. I think it's going to be a wonderful piece. But sometimes I need time to think about it. And I do some research on. I like to look at a lot of pictures of haunted houses. I like to look at a lot of pictures of graveyards, of dark, foggy nights, and how to get that effect and those type of things. By looking at a lot of photos of things like that, it helps me figure out how to make the piece work. So that's I kind of put all that in, and then when I get back to it, I go, oh yeah, I know how to do all this. So
Like some little reference pictures.
yeah. And in fact, I was just thinking here, since we got the mouse and the draglings here, and this is kind of just, it might be kind of fun to put like some little bird up here or something.
Oh, that would be so cute.
A little bird kind of down here looking at all of this too.
Yeah, I kind of think of when you talk about like paintings that you're like, you know what, I'm not all that happy with it. I'm just going to set it to the side and I'll get to it if I ever. I kind of think of them as in timeout because I want to say Dakota was so cute. She was like, yep, sometimes paintings are in timeout.
Yes.
And I never really thought of it that way.
No, I didn't either, but that's perfect thing. I've got a few in timeout. So anyway. So we are getting close to time, and not quite yet there, are we? So
yeah, we've got about 3 minutes, and then we're going to start doing the prizes.
Well, I
can already see his little hat.
I will keep drawing on this as we are drawing, and I'll be giving numbers. And there's eye there, and the other eye is right here. See, as I keep working on it, I can kind of see where the eyes are going to be, and I like to go in and just sharpen them up and darken them up and such. So I drew in generally a little hat earlier, but I can see I drew it a little low, so I will raise that up. And they should have a little smile on their face if they're about to eat chocolate chip cookies. I would.
I would have a smile.
Their little cheeks here, and the back of his head here and here. I wonder. It's always interesting, like here. I've got Dagmar looking down at probably the cookies, or, she could be looking at the mouse over here too. So Dewey could either be looking at Dagmar, could be looking at food, or could be looking up here at the bird, kind of have his eyes like that, looking up here. So it's kind of fun to just kind of draw them in. You can see when you draw them in different places, kind of like, oh, he's looking up. And,
yeah, be like, all right, are y'all trying to take my cookies? Are you trying to take my food? What you doing?
and then, but then sometimes I like to play with it. And I don't know if you all can see what I'm doing here, but I'm erasing the inside of the eye. And I thought, well, he could be looking over here. So I will draw it in different ways. See how he's kind of looking down at the mouse. Or I could have him looking there. So that's something will happen as I'm working on it. I'll go, which is my favorite place he's going to be looking at.
And I think it's so cool how just simply changing where that part of the circle is,
yes,
changes the whole perspective of it.
It really does. And the other thing that really changes a lot is the shape of the eye. My dragons are always real happy and excited and stuff. So their eyes are kind of wide open and up like this. But if you wanted to, how would I do it now? I don't know. If you wanted to make him kind of sad or sleepy looking, you could bring the top of the eyelid way down here, which would kind of bring it way down there, and see how he all of a sudden looks kind of sleepy. Yeah. So it's amazing how just a change of a little line here and there gives him a totally different look. And I can make him mean or unhappy looking or angry or whatever. So,
it's just so cool.
But he's not.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. And so we're going to draw for week 4 first. Now for week 4, we have three prizes. We have the last $15 gift card for Craftspirations, and Natalia, not Life with Natty, is in the chat, who I am so very grateful. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being such an amazing sponsor. She has sponsored something for every week, and she has also a grand prize package. She created this absolutely adorable trinket tray that she drew herself, and she created chocolate chip cookie putty. And let me tell you, Randall, it smells just like chocolate chip cookies.
Does it
It's so
really?
cool.
Oh,
It
no.
does. And she created I think it's a vanilla latte coffee flavor. So it smells really good too. And she has a pen. I mean, like it was so cool. So we have that. And Alyssa, who is like the best moderator that I know, she donated 4 canvases for us. And so the last canvas tonight is Technology Meltdown.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites. That was my first technology piece I did, and I it's always my favorite.
Oh, really? So that is so cool. And so we'll be giving that away. And then we have a $50 gift card to DAC. Now that's just for week 4. Then for grand finale, like I said, we have a prize pack from Craftspirations that has a trinket tray, the putty, a pin. I think she said there's a keychain. And then we have a $20 gift card to Crafts with Crashly. And for those that do not know, if you don't know, hopefully my mods are putting in the links. Thank you so much, Ashley, Crashly, and Kerwin, because they have licensed Randall, and they have some absolutely amazing cover papers that have Randall's designs. They have cover minders. And I am just so grateful that they sponsored as well. So, if you haven't checked it out, go check them out. So they have donated a $20 gift card for the grand finale. Then we also have for the grand finale a So Blingy prize pack, which has like 3 different items for like storage and everything, like fabric little carry things that, oh my God, they are so cute. They're in like little green dragon scales. I wish I could show y'all. I don't have one myself. I got to get one. And then we have another DAC gift card for the grand finale for $50. And then, of course, we have what Randall showed y'all at the beginning, which is the grand prize, which is the original painting that will go to somebody. So we are going to start with week
stuff.
I know. We're going to start with week 4. Now, for week 4, there were 121 entries.
Okay.
So we need 3 numbers for week 4. So the first prize is going to be for the $15 gift card for Craftspirations.
Okay. Number 63.
Okay. Number 63. Number 63 is Emma Folkers. Folkers. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Emma. Yes.
And I can't spell. All right, let me copy that onto the winners page. Okay. And so our next prize is for the Canvas Technology Meltdown. Now, I want to say this before we pick our winner for this, guys. If you are chosen for the Canvas and it has to be shipped out, if you are international, please understand that we're going to need you to pay part of shipping for this, okay? Because just shipping overseas, we have to have some help. So just FYI on that. Okay, so here is for Technology Meltdown.
Okay, 101.
101. That is Ashley Nicole Kelly. Ooh, and she was in the chat. I don't know if she's still in the chat, but she was in the chat.
Well, congratulations, Ashley.
Congratulations, Ashley.
Okay.
All right, so let me. I did not just do that. I seriously just did that. I was trying to type out what the winner won, and I just typed out their name again because I'm telling you, my brain has taken a vacation somewhere today, and I haven't figured out where it has gone off to. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. So let me copy and paste this one into the winners. All right. And then the final week 4 prize is the $50 gift card to DAC.
Oh, that's a big one. Number 7.
Number 7. Number 7, I think she's in the chat. Susan Hatch. Susan Hatch.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So
you can see I'm drawing and erasing because I'm moving the things around. I'm moving his arm. I had it up here. I decided I want it down here. He's going to be resting his arm on whatever this is. If this is an apple or an orange or whatever, he's going to be resting his arm there.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other one up here.
Susan is in the chat. Congratulations, Susan. And Ashley was in the chat. So I don't know if Emma was in the chat. I didn't get to see if she was in the chat. But yay, 2 at least of the winners were in the chat. That is so awesome.
That's great.
Okay, so now for the grand prize. Now, that means that I put everybody's entry. That means there are multiple entries for people. I put everybody together on one spreadsheet. And so, Randall, we have a total of 509.
Ooh, okay. A lot of numbers to choose from there.
So the first prize that we are giving out is that wonderful prize pack from Craftspirations.
Okay. Let's go with $4.99.
$4.99. Let's see. $4.99 is Cole Howard. Cole Howard.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I gotta have this on here. Copy and paste. All right. The next prize, I don't know if Cole is in the chat. I don't think I've seen them. The next one is the $20 gift card for Crafts with Crashly. That's another good one.
Oh, yeah.
They're all good. I'm telling you.
That would be great. Let's see. Let's go to, how many do we have this time? How many gifts are in this group?
This gift we have, so there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 more to draw for.
Okay. I will do one from each group of 100. So number, let's go to 328.
328. All right, oh my goodness, y'all. 328 is Risa West Young. You have got the $20 gift card to Crafts with Crashly. Congratulations, girl.
Yeah, congratulations. That's a great one. Okay, the mouse is going to be holding a grape.
And I think she's in the chat. I could have swore I saw her in here. Let's see. All right, so then our next one is the prize pack from So Bling, which I want to say there are 3 pouches that you get with it. And like I said, they are so cute. I want to say she put it up in the chat, in the group page, because it is so cute. And it's the same one that we had for Season of Spangler. And so she is giving away that prize pack from So Blingy. All right, so we're ready for, are we going into the
number 274?
274. 274 is Joy Moreland. Joy Moreland.
Congratulations, Joy.
Congratulations. Woohoo! And Joy, I've got to shout this out because I think this is so cute. Joy's daughter has been coloring for this entire event, and
Oh,
that is
wonderful.
just so amazing.
That's wonderful.
Let's see. Okay. So the next one, and actually, I want to say this before I go to the next one. So, Joy, when you contact me with your information, because I want to celebrate the fact that your daughter has done such a good job coloring these pages, and it's the only kid that we've had participate in this event. And I would like to take an opportunity to send her a little prize just to say thank you for always, being here and wanting to participate. So if you'll send me your, the information so I could send her a little something from me, I would love to do that.
That'd be wonderful. That's wonderful. Yes.
Okay, so the next one is the $50 gift card to DAC.
Okay, number 132.
132. Let's see. Number 132. Why did this? Sorry, the print just went real small. I got to make it big. Hold on. So 132 is Colleen Kazan. Colleen Kazan, congratulations for the DAC card.
Yes.
And Joy's daughter's name is Lydia. So hi, Lydia.
Hi, Lydia.
All right, let's see. So then that leaves us with our last, final, original painting.
Grand prize. Yes.
Do you want to show it to him? Yeah. Look at that.
Yes. Okay, that number is, I'm going to go all the way down to number Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. And I'll even tell you because that was from when they posted their beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
So number 7 participated by painting Dragon Wagon. And that is Liz Johnson. I don't know if Liz is in the chat, but congratulations, Liz. You get the original.
Congratulations, Liz.
I've got it. Let's see. I thought I hit copy and paste. I did not, Randall, because, this is me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if it went normal, it would not be me. I wouldn't do it. All right, so maybe I can go back to the chat. And yes, I am aware we are a little over time, but I'm just kind of curious if how many of the winners actually were in here. And like I said, I want to take this opportunity to say once again to our sponsors, because y'all, we couldn't have these prizes without these amazing sponsors. So thank you, Natalia. Thank you, Crashly and Kerwin. Thank you, So Blingy. Thank you, DAC. Huge thank you to DAC.
Absolutely.
And a huge thank you to you, Randall, for, always being so generous. And for this event, Alyssa, sweetheart, who has donated the canvases, I cannot thank you enough for donating those 4 canvases. It has meant so much that all of y'all have loved and supported on the event. I'm just trying to check and so y'all know, since Randall is licensed with Crashly, when you buy something, Randall does get a part. He does get like a little bit from it. So, we always want to support, we want to support our artists. So I'm fixing to put us on where y'all are fixing to have to see my little face. Sorry.
Okay, moving my camera around again. All right. So there we go. We did it, and
I
got one
know.
piece finished.
I,
Another one just started, so you kind of see the basics of how it goes. So keep your eyes open for this.
and I can't tell you how awesome it is that not only, like I said, did we get an opportunity to see the almost finished painting pretty much from the event, but then to see the start of another one. Like, sorry, y'all, when he told me before we went live, like I giggled like a little schoolgirl because I was so excited. But I also, the last thank you that I want to give is I want to thank you guys that have come and joined us. You know, I do these because, Randall, like I said, is my favorite artist. And I started out a long time going, people may not be dragon fans because y'all know I love dragons and these little draglings are my favorite. And it was my mission, my goal to try to convert as many people to Spangler rights as I could. I managed to get Kara. I got her. I roped her in. And I'm very grateful that she helps me out and stuff like that and keeps me sane. But I just wanted to spread awareness and get as many people loving on his artwork as possible. And the fact that he comes on and he takes time out of his busy schedule to be here and do this with us, it just means so much to me.
This cuts into my nap time just a bit,
but we thank you so much.
I totally enjoy this. This is absolutely wonderful and fun, and it inspires me to create this artwork quickly and put a lot of time and effort into it.
And just so you know, in case you did not hear earlier, the next Spangler event, Kara and I, my bestie together, will be with Randall in July for Dragwings and Books. So, you've got from now until then to get you or decide out of the huge amount of Spanglers that we have. And you never know which ones might come up between now and then to purchase.
Yeah.
So,
no. I'm not sure what the turnaround time is. Maybe first responders will be around by then. I do not know. I don't know what their time schedule is, but
I have to read this because I just saw it. Lee said, I love these events, whether I take part or not. And you converted Lenore to the Dragons. Yes.
Oh.
See, look, my goal is starting to happen. I am converting people. So, thank you guys so much for y'all being wonderful and supporting us and being here each Monday. I am going to miss this. I know, it's just going to be little old me, my little self next Monday, but we will definitely be looking forward to seeing Randall again in July. And of course, Randall, in case y'all don't know, he does, put progress stuff in the Facebook group. So make sure that you're, going and check it out.
I'm not real good about keeping up with it, but I do at times. Yes,
he does. And so, we are 9 minutes over. I apologize for going over, but thank you guys so much for joining. And I'm going to leave you like I always do. Reach for the stars, grab hold on, and never let go. Until the next time. Bye, guys.